So when you purchase the PlanetWatch Type 1 or Type 2 sensors, you can generate a significant amount of daily and monthly income by sharing the air quality data that that sensor sends back to PlanetWatch. And this is especially the case with the Type 1 sensor from PlanetWatch. But how much you earn largely depends on whether you are in a Tier 1 or a Tier 2 location and whether you are a lead or a backup sensor. So if, for example, you are a lead sensor in a Tier 1 location, you can get paid up to 133 planet tokens each day. So if we take 133 planet tokens and multiply it by the current price of a planet token, which is 33 cents, that means you can get $43 each day. However, if you are in a tier 2 pixel location and you're only a backup sensor, you can see here that you actually only get 6 planet tokens each day. So if we take 6 planet tokens and multiply it by the current price of the planet token, you can see that that gives you just $1.98 each day. So let's just round it up to $2 a day. So you can see there's quite a big difference from getting $2 a day if you're in a tier 2 location and if you're a backup sensor compared to getting over $40 a day if you're in a tier 1 location and you're a lead sensor. So before you buy a PlanetWatch Type 1 or a Type 2 sensor, you want to make sure that you are number one, in a tier 1 location, and number two, you want to make sure that you are a lead sensor, which means that you are the first person in your area to have either a Type 1 or a Type 2 device so that you can get maximum earnings. So the first thing you need to do is go to the PlanetWatch website, and then at the top, click on where it says check your air quality. This will take you to the PlanetWatch map, and then just zoom in on your location. So let's just use London as an example. And all you need to do is zoom in your location. And you want to keep zooming in until you get this message here, where it basically means that you're zoomed in really close, where you can see these grid-like squares. So in each of these grid-like squares, the first thing you can do is you can click on the tier 1 button here. If you click on this tier 1 button, you can see that all the colors, well, not all the colors of the squares, but all the colors of the squares which are in a tier 1 location will be shaded in. So what this basically means is that everything that is shaded in is a tier 1 location, which means you get paid more. Everything that is not shaded in, such as these grids here, this means that this is a tier 2 location, which means you get paid less. So if you are in a tier 1 location, then fortunately you can get paid more from this project. Now, the second thing you want to do is check if anyone else in your location already has a Type 1 or a Type 2 sensor. If someone in your location already has a Type 1 or Type 2 sensor, then most likely you will be a backup sensor. So you want to try and be the first in your area if you can. So to see this, get rid of the tier 1 toggle. So click on that again. So now it's gone. And now you can see different types of squares shaded in. So if you click on any of these squares, you can see what sensor there is in that location. So let's just use this square as an example, which is in blue. If you click on that, and if you scroll down on the left, you can see that here there is a Type 1 sensor. So if you lived in this square and you wanted to get a Type 1 sensor, you would be a backup sensor because someone else already has a Type 1 sensor here in this square. However, no one here actually has a Type 2 sensor. So if you had a Type 2 sensor, you could still be the lead sensor in that location. So let's just click on another one as an example. Let's do this one. So we can see here, there is a Type 1 sensor here as well. So what this basically means is that if you see a square or actually a rectangle that is already shaded in, then you know that someone already has a device in that area. So you just got to click on it to see what device they have. And if you don't see it shaded in, then that means that no one yet in that area has a Type 1 or a Type 2 device. Now, just keep in mind, if, for example, you do order a Type 1 device, there is a waiting period for you to receive that device. So someone could already be on the waiting list before you, and then they could set up their device before you actually get your device. So there is a little bit of a risk with this. However, if by the time you receive your Type 1 device, in a worst case scenario, if someone already has a Type 1 device in the area that you are located in, you could always just sell your Type 1 device if you no longer think it's going to be worth it. And if you want to learn more about the PlanetWatch project and how you can earn a passive income through this project, be sure to check out this video here. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.